Hello, Massatax here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have a look at a battle from the tier 10 Italian heavy tank, which is also top of the tree this month. It is the Rinoceronte. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy what you see, please don't forget to subscribe. So before we get into the action, I'll show you my crew and equipment that I've currently got on this tank. My crew on this tank are really good. My commander Chuck Norris is onto his 6th skill, the other two are onto the 5th skill. The equipment I use in the special survivability slot is vents. Then in the special firepower slot I've got improved rotation mechanism and a vertical stabilizer. Also use the premium consumable food. On field modifications I have maxed this out, so I get a plus 3% to vehicle hit points, minus 3 to dispersion during movement, minus 3 to dispersion during hull traverse. Haven't filled with any other modifications. So now let's have a look at it in action. Today I'm playing on Empire's Border. It's a standard battle and I've got the 5-10 matchmaking and I'm top tier today. So I've been playing this tank again, basically because it's been top of the tree. So I wanted to get all the field modifications done, and as I've just shown you, I've managed it. I've also been playing the other tanks in this line, Progetto 66, Progetto 54, get them field modifications up. And I have to say, I've quite enjoyed playing these tanks again. I do like the auto reloading mechanic on all the Italian tanks. But this tank does have some big downsides. The reload time is one of them, and the second one is your dispersion while moving and traversing your tank. So that's why I've got improved rotation mechanism and vertical stabilizer, because you really do need to address this situation. So I call this video enough time to take a break, and I'm just about to take a break now. What happened was I got a delivery. So there was a knock at the door, so I had to go and answer the door and get me delivery, but I wasn't gone that long. So as I'm gone at the moment, EFK, I'll tell you a little bit about this tank, and I'll tell you about the gun first. It is a 127mm gun. It has 268mm of penetration, which is excellent, with 490 alpha damage. And as I says, it is an auto reloader, and you do have a 3 shell clip, but your reload time is tragic. Your first shell takes 17.92 seconds, the second 15.23 seconds, and the third is 14.06. So with my crew and equipment, I do have an aim time of 1.75 seconds, which is really nice, and a dispersion of 0.29. The dispersion is really nice as long as you're not moving your tank. And then on top of that, you do get a shell velocity of 1452 meters per second, which is excellent, and you also get 10 degrees of gun depression. So as you can see, I'm back. I've gotten me delivery and I'm back to my keyboard. So I'm just cresting this ridge, and obviously I've got a full magazine loaded and one straight into the cupola of that E4. So I'm kind of get a second shot. Lower plate, there's a second one in, but I have taken a shot from the AMX 51 and I want to get my third shot into that E4. There's my third shot. Took him for 1500 in them 3 shots, and he's been taken out by the 121B. Now since I had a little squad here, another 3 team members, I'd pushed in and I wasn't bothered about fully emptying the clip, because I knew I'd be able to pull back and reload and I would have support, although that 121B wants to watch he doesn't get taken out. So if you haven't got the support with you, I wouldn't recommend cresting the ridge and firing all 3 shells, because you do have the massive reload of the first shell again of 17.92. What I would have done was just crest the ridge and fire 1 shell, which would have been my third shell, which has the reload of 14.06 seconds. Then I would have pulled back, because then if they tried to push us, I would have at least had 2 shells still loaded. So I've gotten 2 shots into the T30 and I managed to bounce a shot from the EMX 51, and I thought I'd finish my clip by getting the 3rd shot into him for firing at us. So now I'm pulling back and the T30's been taken out. I've still got the support, and now he's an E75 to help. so I can pull back and try and reload this full clip again. So as I load, I'll tell you a little bit more about this tank. Is that ABR going to push round? Doesn't look like it. So I'll tell you about the armour. On the front of the hull you have 135mm of armour, 75 on the side, 40 on the rear, and I can tell you it's nothing special. And then your turret armour, you have 190mm on the front, which sounds really low for a tier 10 battle. Just sneaking a shot into the EBR, can I finish him off? Like to get rid of him, he's been finished off. So back to the armour, as I was saying, the turret armour you have 190mm on the front, which sounds really poor, but it is sloped, and if you are playing hull down and playing a ridge line, you will bounce some shots. Like I've bounced 3 shots so far out of the 4 that's been fired at us. And then you get 120mm on the side and rear of your turret. So basically what I would say about the armour, it'll work fine if you're playing a ridge line like I am, but I wouldn't push straight into tanks and expect your armour to bounce shots. This isn't a heavily armoured heavy tank. So now I've just seen there's a Jagdpanzer E100 round here, and I thought I'd see if I can try and get a flank on. I've got my 3 shells loaded, and there's 1 shell into him. I tracked him into position, but he's used a repair kit, but I'm trying to get round the back of him and bounced. I didn't penetrate, but I do still have that 1 shell left. Can I take him out now? And took him out. So now I'm going to push back into cover. Hope my team will protect us. Now there's a 50 TP pushing forward, which is spoiling my safe zone. So I'm going to try and hide below these rocks. And I might be able to get 1 shot into him, try and push him back. No, he's pushing back by himself. But now they're pushing down from the middle into my teammate E50M. Can I get a shot into him? I'd like to stop him, help my team. So I've managed to get a shot into him, but I haven't got any shells loaded now. So back to the big reload, but that E50M did get taken out, so less to worry about tanks behind us. So I am going to just try and hide, try and get some more shells loaded in my clip. What I didn't mention about this clip is you do have a 4-second intra-clip reload. So basically what that means is after you fire your first shell, you've got to wait 4 seconds to fire your second shell, and then another 4 seconds to fire your third shell. So I've just bounced a shot from the 50 TP and I've nearly loaded my 3rd shell, so I'm just trying to crest the ridge, and there you have it, 3 shells loaded. So who am I going to, I'm going to try and get the 50 TP, but he's pushed back. So Conway, nice shot in the Conway. I've taken a shot from that 50 TP, but I did see the fact that I could fire 2 shells into that Conway and take him out, so I chose that as the better option. So I fired the 2 shells, 1 shell still in the clip, and now I've just about loaded the 2nd shell. I might be able to take him out in 2 shells. So there's 1 shot into him, tracked him in position, but I don't think I'll be able to take him out with the next shell, but I'm going to fire it in anyway. So I've gotten a 2nd shell in and left him on very little hit points, and now I'm pulling back, and he's actually the only tank left. Can I get to finish him off? Come on, reload. I'm pushing in, I've got the hit points to take a shot. Can I get the kill? And I've been beaten to it.
Your assistance has been requested.
Let's have a quick look at the stats. It was a master, is tanker award, and I got the high caliber for me 6,941 damage with 945 assist. Top of the tree for XP with a base XP of 1236. Top for damage by a long way. I made 89,000 credits, but that's due to a battle payment, and 19,478 XP, and that's due to a personal mission payout. I'd like to thank you for watching today's battle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like and comment. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. There's a little icon in the bottom left hand corner. Cheers.